I'm Patty. I'm also known as the Soup Queen, and I'm going to teach you today how to make a basic chicken soup. We're going to start off with some good chicken. You need to have chicken that's got skin on it, and you got to have chicken that's got bones because that's where most of your flavors come from. I have 3 pieces of frozen breast in the pot. When I make a pot of soup, I want it to be big. I want to be able to have leftovers or be able to give to friends and family. So make sure you have bones and skin on it. And that's my big pot. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do celery, and then carrots, onions, and garlic. This is what celery looks like when you buy it from the store, and it kind of looks kind of yucky, so you want to make sure you cut off the bad parts. And if it has any kind of bad parts on the side, make sure you just kind of like scrape it off, okay? And then you're going to cut I like my vegetables to be chunky. I don't like them to be little. I want them to be so you can really taste them. I am not classically trained, so I don't know how to do that thing that they do with their knives, okay? So I just do it my way. And I'm sure you do the same thing because you're not classically trained either. So we're going to chop up these celery so that it is just bite-sized. I already have some others chopped up, so we're going to put that all in there. Next thing we're going to do is chop up some carrots. And again, I like my carrots chunky, so we're just going to cut up a few of these. Now, an onion. I found this when I was watching the Food Channel. Somebody told me how to do this, and I thought, boy, they saved me a lot of time. Cut off a side of your onion so you have something that is going to be flat against the board. Make little cuts in it, going this one way, and then turn it around and do a 90-degree cut. And you don't want to go all the way down, but pretty close to the end. And this dices it for you, so you don't have to sit there and keep dicing. Okay, you're going to turn it on its flat side. And we're just going to slice through it, and look at those chips come right off.
Watch your fingers.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to chop my fingers off. I haven't done that yet in all my years. Okay, so we're going to cut the ends off here. And it's done. See how little time it takes to cut an onion. Now, if you happen to have a food processor or one of those slack choppers, that's fine too. Whatever does the job, okay?
Looks good.
Okay. And the last thing we're going to cut up is garlic. Now, I'm half Italian. Need I say more? I like garlic and things. And garlic does have a lot of healing properties to it. I've chopped up 3 cloves. I'm going to show you how to clean a clove of garlic, so you don't have to mess with it. All I do is take my knife, hit it, and the skin comes right off. Isn't that great?
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, and then we're just going to chop this up.
Watch your fingers.
Yes, Bob.
We don't want fingers, Sue.
My videographer is giving me suggestions. He doesn't cook them.
No, I'm just making comments. She's the one that knows how to do this.
Okay, so the garlic's all chopped up. Okay, so
all right.
Now I'm going to turn my pot on. And I'm just going to dump all this in here. Everything just goes into the pot. Celery, onions, garlic.
Chicken
carrots.
Still in there?
Chicken's in there. Okay.
Beep, beep.
Okay, now we need to add some salt. Now, I don't do a whole lot of salting, so, you got to just kind of like judge it and then
a little more.
Taste it. You have to taste it through the time. Salt and pepper. Parsley, and again, if I have fresh parsley, I'll use fresh, but I don't have any fresh today, so I'm just going to put in
parsley and a pear tree.
Yeah, no, just parsley. And then this I found makes a wonderful flavor, and it's basil. I have some fresh basil I'm going to add at the end, but I want to cook in some basil. Now that is all you have to do to make a pot of chicken soup.
Really?
Put it on, let it cook for hours and hours.
How many hours?
I cook it maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the chicken out. Debone it, cut it up, and we'll do that in a little bit when it's finished.
I can say I've had Patty's chicken soup, and it is awesome. I didn't know how it was done. Now I do, and we'll wait for the results.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back.
Bye-bye.
Okay, it's about 5 minutes after 3. We took about 10 minutes to cut up everything, and the soup is now on. We'll be back at about 6 o'clock, 6:15, and we'll finish it up. Okay, soup is done, and I'm in the last stages of fixing it up. We're going to take the fat, the skin off the chicken, and we're going to debone it. I've taken it out so that it would cool down, so I didn't burn my fingers when I was deboning it. So it's really easy just to take, it just literally just falls off the bone. So it's really easy. I recommend using, again, I like a whole chicken, but you can use thighs. You can use thighs, and if you like white meat, do your white meat chicken, and then you just cut it up and take all the bones out. And we'll just stick this all back inside the soup. Now, it's a basic recipe for the soup. You can add potatoes to it and let it cook some more. You can add rice, already cooked rice, and already cooked noodles, pastina, any kind of small pasta. If you're using fettuccine or something like that, make sure you break it up so that it's, you know, about inch and a half long. Okay. So we're finishing cutting this up, and I'll put it back in the pot. Throw these all away. And we'll stick this in. Okay, let's come see what the soup looks like. Just the basic soup. If you're gluten intolerant, this is where you would end, so you don't have to worry about that. And this is, isn't it lovely? It's just, oh, it's just so fragrant. It smells so good. Okay, let me show you the finished product here. I added some egg noodles I had frozen. I just threw them in. I add a little bit of fresh basil to it, and it just smells so good. And, you know, I am Italian, right? Half Italian. Got to have a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano on top of it, and it's ready to eat. A little clue about Parmesan. Don't, please, if you're going to go to the expense and make it fresh, don't use that box stuff that's in a plastic. It tastes like box. Get a good piece of Parmigiana. When you're finished with it, wrap it up in a cloth that's been soaked in vinegar. This is what my grandmother used to do to help keep the Parmesan moist and fresh. And then just stick it in your Ziploc. And then freshly grate it. Okay, now we're going to have a little taste here. Ready? Yummy.
When do I get mine?
Okay, Bob, you can have what's left.
Thank you.
Okay, look for our next installment of bean soup. How to make bean soup. And I call it my dump soup because you just dump everything in. Okay?
Where on YouTube?
On YouTube. I'll let you know. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.